Good morning, it's Tim from Global Therapies. I realise we haven't done a video in a very long time. The MSc kind of got in the way. However, we are back. And I thought instead of doing a series on Thursdays as we did last year, I should talk for a few weeks in individual episodes about a couple of things that I think fundamental to physiotherapy and fundamental to being well in kind of mid to old age. I'm now 43, I think, and I realise that if I don't keep certain things going, then I'm going to lose the ability to do things. More of that in a later episode. The first thing I want to talk to you about, I think I've done this in a previous episode, however, bear with me. The first thing I want to talk to you about is sitting on the floor, or at least getting to the floor and getting back up off it again. We know from lots of studies and lots of things in the NHS that falls are a real problem in the old age and also in kind of young people as well. The issue is, yes, absolutely, falling down. That's a real problem. We need to work on people's balance, we need to work on people's strength. But there's another problem that is seldom talked about, and that is once you're down on the floor, if you've just fallen down and you haven't broken anything, you haven't damaged anything, how do you get back up again? The problem seems to be, if, for example, you're 80 years old, and the last time you sat on the floor was 20, 30 years ago, when your grandchildren or whatever were around and still on the floor, that's 20 years of not actually practicing sitting on the floor and practicing getting up from here to standing. If you haven't done something in 20 years, it's going to be quite a difficult thing to do. So there's a ulterior motive to this. It's or as ever, going back to my parents, I don't want to get a phone call in 5 years' time saying your dad's on the floor and he can't get back up again. It's like, well, has he injured himself? No, but he can't get back up again. I don't want that to happen. So what I'm trying to get my parents to do, and if they're listening, they should be, if you haven't sat on the floor today, sit on the floor. I want to get people to practice getting onto the floor and getting back off again. Now, it might be a challenge to begin with, and you might have to use something to, we call this reverse chaining, kind of coming back up like this, using a chair or a table or something to get back up off the floor and then get back onto the floor again. That's absolutely fine, that's not a problem. What is important is practicing doing it day by day by day by day. If you do this, if you sit on the floor every single day, or if you get onto the floor and get off of the floor every single day, you don't have to spend long down here, then that is good practice in your entire body moving through a large range of motion. I'm not encouraging you to sit on the floor if you can't get down there. However, you can at least practice coming from standing into a kneeling position and then back up again. That may be a challenge enough for some people, that's absolutely fine. But if you can get on the floor, and you haven't done for a long time, practice getting on the floor and getting back off of it again. That's today's gem. Go away and sit on the floor. Mum and Dad, that means you.